What's up, y'all? Back on my computer again. Finally, shit. It took a long time for them to finally send me my new computer, but it's here. It's here, so I'm not on there. Go my old one right there. Got to make sure I finish transferring everything over. But I'm here now. I can finally do some shows with y'all where we talk about the news and play some videos for y'all. And Rocky sitting here. I ain't got no more treats, homie. But we gonna talk about it. Mob ties. It looks we seeing LeBron James, Damon Williams, Cozier, Terry Rozier. I never liked this game. And Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups is somebody I have a lot of respect for. Just being around him for a full season at one point in my life. And they're the face. But as I listened to the press conference, and we're going to play some of the press conference, it go way deeper than these guys. It's almost like these guards are these brothers are the face, like good old America, black men the face of white crimes. Lessons in this. Before we get into it, this is the lesson I want to start off with. I don't even want people to wait. Some of y'all might click off the video and not watch the rest of the video. So I want you to get some of this game right now. All you niggas that go piling around with folks, I know black people tend to have less of a defense up when dealing with non-black people. We can be very defensive with each other. But cats have to pile around. Like my grandmama told me, when they go down, you're going to be the first one. So watch who you associate with. Watch who you associate with. You end up being the face of somebody else's bullshit. So that's lesson number one for all you niggas that be thinking that you want to be the only Negro in the room. All right. Let's go way deeper than this NBA cats, and we're going to break this all the way down. We're going to play some of the little midget Cash Patel. We're going to play some of his conference video. And then we're going to talk about it. But before we go there, I want to say thank you, chat, for joining. I appreciate all y'all for being up in here. And what we going to do is we going to get started in 1 second. You dig? Give me like 2 minutes. All right, we're going to get started. The music is not playing the way it should. I hear it, y'all. Y'all hear it in the back. It'll be deeper than that. Music ain't playing right. It's all right. We about to get started. We about to get started. I hear the music, but y'all don't. My music is good though, ain't it? Uh, y'all couldn't hear the music, but I could. Y'all could hear it like vaguely. But we about to get started. We about to get started. So what I want to do is I want to play. This isn't what they're trying to make it out to be. What we see is a highly, highly, highly organized gambling ring through mafia members, the Gambino crime family, lot of them mafia members. You dig what I'm saying? So this is basically, this whole investigation is centered on the Gambino crime family, the Genovese crime family, the Luchis crime family. I know I pronounced the name wrong, but I don't respect y'all enough to get the pronunciation of your name right. And the Banano crime family. I know I got the Lucchese crime family mispronounced, but I don't give a fuck about y'all, all right? So, yeah, the Costa Nostra, all them Italian deli-sounding motherfuckers. I wonder if that white boy Roy is going to call into the Star Report and talk about, hey, look at the black guys. Look at the black guys. Y'all know Roy to be calling it. Sue the Star Report. I'm glad to see Star Report back on the air. I love Star Report. But he got that one Italian dude to come in. We got things together. We don't do things like that no more. It's just the black people doing it. Nah. You thug motherfuckers are still at it. And we see right here in this case. So, let's get over to this. I don't want full screen. Yeah, I do want full screen. Let's get over to this. We're going to play some of what they're talking about. You said Roy got banned for a month? He be doing that. The brothers don't know what it's like, man. They still committing crimes, and we're no longer criminals. We're back at it. We're not criminals. He be sounding like he crying and shit. Like, if you don't shut your fake crying tough ass up, fake tough crying ass up. But we're going to get into it. And I do. No, it's not reaching having LeBron in the thumbnail. Get off. It's only reaching if you on his dick. It ain't reaching because he's the only one that Damon Jones. When we go into it, you're gonna find out that Damon Jones was the player that was most connected to this, and he would get information from LeBron and then pass it to his people. He was more connected to this than Chauncey Billups by far. It's only a reach if you sliding down that nigga dick like, hey, I'ma hold it. So, here we go. I gotta, my shit changed. My system changed, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? All right, cool. Yeah, bronsexuals are way out of control. But let's listen to what this phony Cash Patel got to say.
Over to FBI.
Okay, y'all can hear it.
Can
y'all hear?
Patel.
Can y'all hear?
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any. I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Cosa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across the country.
Man, shut your midget ass up. He always try to make it sound like he doing some tough shit. Nigga, you ain't tough. This FBI and the Trump administration, man, this got to be the shortest FBI director of all time. A short, cross-eyed motherfucker, too. Okay. When I do this scene, why is the audio not connecting? Obviously, my shit is still, like, this is my first time using this computer, so my settings are fucking berserk. So let me go back. I'm gonna skip to another part. Like, my audio's tripping. I want to go into this dude's talk right here.
And
here, if I'm gonna talk about some crime, if I want to hear some crime, I'm gonna go to the old school criminals, old white man. Can't nobody talk crime better than the old white man. These are the biggest goddamn criminals on the planet.
to be clear, we're announcing today indictments in two major cases, both involving fraud. One involves sports betting, and the other involves illegal gambling, very specifically rigged poker games. The first indictment involves 6 defendants who are alleged to have participated in one of the most brazen sports corruption since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams. The second indictment involves 31 defendants alleged to have participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. These defendants, which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The games in the New York area were backed by the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families of La Cosa Nostra. While the cases are separate, there are 3 overlapping defendants charged in both cases: Damon Jones, Eric Ernest, and Shane Hennon.
Damon Jones. That's the LeBron connection for you dickheads that wanted to slide down that nigga's dick. There you go. So you see right here, it's 2 different cases with some overlap. So far, this does not have any ties to Gilbert Arenas' case. Remember, Gilbert Arenas' case involves like Russians here in L.A. and in California. This is Italians on the East Coast. You're right. And meanwhile, baseball MVP O'Shanti got all kind of mafia shit. Shohei O'Shanti got all kind of gambling shit around him, but they're not connecting that to the Major League Baseball. I personally don't mind the NBA being implicated because NBA is full of shit, so I'm not going to defend them. But I want y'all to pay attention to that part. Now, I'm playing some more. Then when I'm done playing this, we're going to break it all the way down.
The indictments in these cases contain only allegations, and the defendants are presumed innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law. But my message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this: your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out.
Man, this nigga look like Richie Rich's dad. Remember the movie Richie Rich? Don't he look like Richie Rich's dad?
Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that.
I ain't trying to talk tough. You ain't tough, nigga.
First, I would like to talk about United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jontay Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts. Defendants used this non-public information to place hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent bets, mostly in the form of prop bets on individual player performance. The bets were placed through online sports books and also in person at casinos.
Mind you, the NBA is sponsored by DraftKings and all these goddamn different prize picks. Every time you watch whether I'm watching Dreamers Pro or Gil's Arena or any other YouTube NBA Center show, Stephen A. Smith, I'm gonna see a prize picks commercial. Let's not forget that as you're listening to these charges. Let's not forget that Prize Picks is a partner with a lot of these NBA sites. You dig?
The defendants relied on a network of straw bettors to place the maximum amount of bets to increase their potential profits. Most of these bets succeeded, and the intended losses were in the millions of dollars. The defendants then laundered their illegal winnings in various ways: peer-to-peer platforms, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges. The indictment details specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various NBA games about the performance of players on, among other things, the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Rangers. Each defendant in the NBA basketball gambling case has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering.
So, Damon Jones, that's the connection to the Lakers, okay? I'm not being obtuse when I put LeBron's photo up there.
Now, I would like to turn to the other case, United States versus Aiello, the rigged poker game case. Beginning as early as 2019, the defendants in this case orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States, including in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also
that
Damon
part right
Jones.
There, face card. And that's one of the parts I want to deal with right there. The face card. Chauncey Billups is somebody who we don't, so far as reported, we don't know if he was participating in any gambling or not. In all likelihood, these were people that he was cool with, because when you're in those environments, you get cool with people. And they probably paid him to come down and just be a part of the gambling night, and he probably didn't even gamble. But that's a major part. For those you don't know, one of the major things that they do, and it was funny, I was having this conversation yesterday with a partner of mine I'm doing my foundation with, and we were talking about I'm gonna be doing some golf tournaments pretty soon for my fundraising for my foundation. and we were talking about how like, and this is on the legal side of it. This ain't on no. I'm saying how these things can work because the things that are done legally are often mimicked in the underworld illegally, and the athlete that's being used, sometimes the laws will be murky, or the rules be murky. But we were talking about a golf tournament that I'm thinking about putting together, and one thing we were saying was, when it comes to me getting particular celebrities, well, I know a lot of celebrities personally, but we were just talking about there's this whole circuit of celebrities to where even if you don't know them, you can call people. There are people that you can call, and they get celebrities, and those celebrities help like legitimize whatever it is you got going on. So just say you're somebody who's not connected and you don't really know a celebrity like that. You can call someone and that person will get you, I'm not gonna drop any names, but they'll get you certain celebrities to your event. And there are celebrity brokers out here who literally, and we talk about the up and up events. We ain't talking about no illegal shit. We're talking about golf tournaments, film screenings, certain things. There are brokers that you can call to get these people to show up to your thing to legitimize it. Because when you're dealing with celebrities legitimize things. That's why they have celebrities run toothpaste commercials and car commercials, because celebrities they legitimize things, because most people just think a celebrity means legitimacy. So I'd imagine in the underworld it's no different. I'd imagine in certain people, because I know people you cool with, everybody you cool with, you don't necessarily know what they do. That's a fact. There's certain people I know. I'll be like, I know that they cool, but I'm going to give you an example. It was somebody I knew around the time I first started doing comedy. They loved my comedy. They would come around. They would put me on. They would like tell me about shows. They would be like, man, I'm thinking about putting a comedy show together. And this one particular dude, he invited me out to this shindig. And it was like a nice formal shindig or whatever. And I went to it. And I didn't stay that long. And then the brother, he kind of went his way. I went my way. I don't know what happened. People go their separate ways. Then I found out like 5 years later that he was doing some shit. And I was thinking like, damn, that dude he invited me to that event one time. I used to do shows for I used to do shows for this dude. I ain't know he was like that. Didn't know, didn't care, didn't ask. Because it wasn't like he was doing anything extravagant. This was just regular shit. But when you're out there, you don't be knowing who do what. And I'm not giving any excuses to Chauncey Billups at all. I don't know what happened. I'm just saying that knowing and seeing in the past how people get down, it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't know what was going on. At the same time, he can know everything going on. But when you listen to how, I'm going to keep playing, and I want y'all to hear how detailed this whole little game they were playing was. This shit wild, y'all. Like, these motherfuckers was really on some detailed criminal shit. Let me fast forward. I think it was around here.
Via cell phone back to they used off-the-shelf.
Here it is.
The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies, some of which were provided by other defendants in exchange for a share of the profits from the scheme. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent the information via cell phone back to a co-conspirator at the table, and that person at the table was known as the quarterback. The quarterback then signaled secretly the information he had received from to others at the table, and together they used that information in order to win their games and to cheat the victims. Defendants used other cheating technologies such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray table that could read cards face down.
See, I'm telling you right now, look. Even if Chauncey Billups knew this was the mafia, they ain't telling him all this. They don't want to get themselves in trouble. It ain't nowhere in hell no basketball nigga knew all this shit. I can goddamn next to promise you almost. I wasn't there, but I could damn near almost promise you he ain't know all this shit was going on
the table. What you see depicted on the screen right now is an example of the X-ray table that reveals the cards. Although they are face down on the table, they can be read because of the X-ray technology. The Mafia, specifically members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families, had pre-existing control over non-rigged, illegal poker games around New York City. As a result, they also became involved in the rigged poker games, helping to organize the games and taking a cut of the proceedings, and working to enforce the collection of debts. The defendants laundered their proceeds, including through cash exchanges, the use of multiple shell companies, and through cryptocurrency transfers. As part of the scheme, some of the defendants and their co-conspirators also committed acts of violence, including the gunpoint robbery of a person in order to obtain a rigged shuffling machine, and extortions that were perpetrated against victims in order to ensure that they repaid their gambling debts. Defendants who participated in the rigged poker scheme are charged with wire fraud conspiracy. Other defendants have been charged with crimes including illegal gambling, money laundering, Hobbs Act robbery, and extortions. This case demonstrates our office's unrelenting commitment to fighting the scourge of organized crime in whatever form it takes.
What we're announcing today is not just another takedown. It's the result of more than 2 years of coordinated investigative work by the NYPD's Joint Organized Crime Task Force.
So there you have it. There you have it. Let me stop it.
2 cases.
There you have it. There you have it. So now you guys got the background as to what's going on. Y'all got the background as to what's going on. You see, for that second investigation, Chauncey Billups was known as a face card of that investigation. So this crime family is doing all that. I want y'all to notice something. Notice how detailed the schemes were. X-ray tables, third-party calling systems, rigging, all these things. This was very, 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 very detailed. And yet, we haven't seen the face of none of the people accused of that stuff. None of the people accused of actually stealing the money, their images aren't on the front. Hell, their images aren't even on the back. They're treating the mob like goddamn children. I was about to say something else, but that would have been a little insensitive, even for me. And I don't mind getting insensitive. But I was about to say something real ignorant. I had to catch myself. But we don't see them. This was very sophisticated. Hell, if you just pay attention to the news, you would think the mafia don't even exist anymore. And I want to point out something else. This is different than Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas' gambling thing was over here on the West Coast, and it involved members of the Russian mafia. Let me say something about gambling in the NBA or sports in general, NFL, baseball. If they're going to go after illegal poker games, there wouldn't be any more sports. Sports wouldn't exist. All the times back in my days I used to party, when you party back, like it was the cats was always gambling. Me personally, I didn't participate, and I'm a damn good poker player. But for me, when I would be at a lot of those parties, those was back in my single days, and I'm there for the girls, not for no goddamn musty ass gambling with a whole bunch of musty ass niggas. But I also would never be in no shit like this. We'd be at parties, but it would always be a room where somebody was gambling. Dice, poker, whatever. If you know the history of Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan allegedly had to retire over some goddamn gambling debts. And that's why people say things happened to his father. I don't know. I wasn't there. I was a young kid at the time. Antoine Walker. Do y'all remember? It was about like 15 years ago when Antoine Walker was still playing. Antoine Walker got tied up and beat in his own house. Got tied up. And they said, allegedly, what I heard, a lot of people said it, it was over some gambling shit. I mean, illegal gambling and sports go hand in hand, y'all. And I'm not here to make excuses because I don't participate in illegal gambling. I've always made a rule for myself because I never wanted to become addicted to gambling. So my personal rule is I only gamble when I go to Vegas. I don't even gamble at local casinos. I got the Hustler Casino ain't too far from me. The Hollywood Park Casino in Inglewood ain't too far from me. I don't give a fuck. I only gamble on Las Vegas Boulevard. And since Las Vegas has been whacked lately and they charging parking fees and all that bullshit, I don't gamble at all. But, so this is me speaking outside of my sensibilities. I don't do the gambling thing. But people do. I'm not the world. I can't say just because I don't do it, it shouldn't be done. This is done all over the place. And the bigger issue, if you ask me here, is the mob. It's the mafia. Both the Russian mafia with Gilbert Arenas and the Italian mafia over there with these guys. They seem to be the ones pulling the strings to all this shit. They seem to be the ones that are organizing it. Both the cheating games and the non-cheating games. They're both illegal. But it's a black face. My question is, how far is this going to go up? If you're going to put Chauncey Billups and all these guys' faces on here, will this reach Adam Silver? There's a lot of gambling going on in your league there, homie. I personally think Adam Silver should get fired. Adam Silver. You got Gilbert Arenas under Adam Silver's reign. Jontay Porter under Adam Silver's reign. You got LeBron James, his favorite player of all time, giving reports to Damon Jones. I think that Adam Silver should go. Adam Silver fucked up the league anyway. He's been screwing the league up with these soft-ass rules, soft-ass game. Yeah, I question all this load management too, Accolade 310. You saw Terry Rozier. You all right, Rocky? You saw Terry Rozier. I never liked his game anyway. Terry Rozier is one of the niggas that get numbers, but he ain't never been the kind of player that's effective winning, whether it be in Boston, Charlotte, nor Miami. But you saw the way Terry Rozier would play. And this is another thing. This is why I personally backed away from a lot of sports and sports talk. Look at how they were gambling. They were gambling on numbers on in-game statistics. The over-under on individual player performance. That's what they were gambling on. The over-under of individual performance. And you got things like load management. You see the way these players be stat padding. Personally, my mind don't go right to, okay, that person's doing it for the mafia and nothing like that. My mind go towards they doing it so they can get a bigger contract or whatever. But who pushes these individual accolades and stats? The NBA. OGs. Holler at me if you remember watching basketball in the 80s and the 90s. Chick Hearn, Marv Albert. They didn't inundate you with numbers on individual player performance back then. That didn't really take off until the Adam Silver era. Late David Stern, but the last few years of David Stern was basically Adam Silver. The analytics shit started to come in heavy around 05, 06. It also came in with Disney bought ESPN back in 2003. Before that, it was over under for the game, not for the individual. The NBA has fostered the environment for the individual stat-laden game. Because when we start basketball in the 80s and the 90s, it was, did you see that crossover? Did you see that nigga get dunked on? You see that block shot? We used to talk about the game. Man, that motherfucker made that fadeaway with 6 seconds left, man. That was it. Nowadays it's, no, the over-under, he averaged 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. And you weirdo-ass nerd niggas that don't fuck the game up. That doesn't happen on Adam Silver's watch and ESPN watch. Shouldn't they be implicated too? Since ESPN, now that they have brought in DraftKings and all these different sports sites, y'all know the sites, chat room. Help me out. I don't gamble on these sites, so I don't remember all their names. But I do watch, every time I watch one of my YouTube sports shows, all I see is sports gambling. You want to go, Rocky? The NBA had FanDuel. Yeah, that's the other one, FanDuel. Since the NBA pushes this stuff, no longer pushes the game, there should be some liability and culpability in that too, if you ask me. Yeah, ESPN has its own gambling platform. There was a reason why gambling and sport. It's the reason why Vegas had no sports teams. Good reason. There was good reason why hard liquor and sports gambling were not allowed to advertise with the NBA. Hard, good reason. Underdog sports, yeah. Prize picks. If you ask me, they should be complicit. Because gambling is an addiction. Gambling is an addiction. And if, as a league, you're going to promote gambling, then when these things happen, you should. That's just me following logic. There should be these black men, even LeBron James, old corny ass, should not be the face of what's going on. They shouldn't be the people that, okay, you're going to punish them, then everything goes back to, hey, everything's back to normal now. No. No. If you in bed with gambling for the good, you should be in bed with gambling for the bad too. You dig? Let's see. I don't know. I'm on my new computer, so I don't know if y'all can call in or not. Do y'all want to call in? If y'all do, let me know. Y'all want to call in? I don't think my shit gonna work. But I'm gonna put the phone number out there. If y'all want to call in, y'all can call in. I don't know if this gonna work because I'm just I don't think I set the audio part up for it to work. I don't think I have the audio part, but let me see here. I don't think it's gonna work. But try it anyway. 323-388-3315. 323-388-3315. I'm gonna see if. Let's see here. We're gonna see if this works. Probably, hopefully it works. But I did not set this up. You don't be knowing what you got to do until you got to do it. All right, I got a call coming through. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Call from Delano.
What's up, caller? Let me see here. What's up, caller? Can you hear? Oh, they hung up. Let's see here.
Call from.
What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from? Can you hear me? Holla, holla. If.
I'm calling from Pasadena.
Oh, Danish Pasadena. What's on your mind?
Not much. Just testing this to make sure it works so other callers can get in.
I
It's a bit late and I don't really have an opinion about it.
No, that ain't it. No. I'm
on my. Say something again.
To the broadcast late, so I don't really have an opinion about it. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Okay, I hear you fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Chat room,
Chat room, can y'all hear? I can hear you fine.
But
I want.
Oh, okay, no problem. Dwann, I left a question for you on the reading tier.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did?
Well, I didn't see it.
I just checked. I just checked like probably about 2 hours ago. I didn't see nothing.
You didn't see a question?
Yeah,
I checked like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I left a question a while ago. I hope. I don't know. It's the one you did the reading about 2 weeks ago.
I'll go back and look. If not, if on the Patreon, just go to message me directly. Just message me directly.
Okay.
Because I didn't see. I checked 2 hours ago before I started. I didn't see nothing.
No worries.
All right.
Have a good one. Nah, this shit ain't.
Ain't working. Could y'all hear? Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Bad. Yeah, I can't. I gotta fix this offline. Like I said, I just got a new computer, so you know, you do the transfer from one Mac to another. It says everything gets taken in, but it's always something that doesn't get transferred over. So I apologize, chat. I won't be able to, I can hear the phone, but yeah, the feedback is crazy. The feedback is crazy. The feedback is crazy. Oh, and if you're on the Patreon tier, and if I haven't answered your question, inbox me on Patreon, because Dana just called and said that I didn't answer. I just checked my messages on Patreon about 2 o'clock today. I was like, let me answer everybody. And I didn't have no messages. I thought that was weird, too. I'm like, I usually get messages. Why ain't nobody hitting me up? So if you're on Patreon and you ask me a question and I didn't get back to you, please, please, please inbox me, all right? Yeah, y'all heard her fine, but for y'all to hear her, you're going to get crazy feedback from me. It has to be a different channel that I bring this through. So, yeah. There we go. So yeah, I'm man. It's either gonna be an echo and you can hear the caller, or yeah, so I'll make sure to get that fixed before the next show. But y'all got what it is. We probably gonna do another late night live tonight because there's some other things that I want to talk about. It was some other things that I want to talk about as far as Slim Thug and all that bullshit going on with him. And Tyler, the Creator, you see what's going on with him. Him mad at his fans for not appreciating D'Angelo. I want to talk about that shit too. But we'll make sure we talk about that tonight. I'll talk about that from probably from my phone. All right. So y'all got the backstory. Y'all see what it is. Y'all see what's going on. Don't get bogged down. Don't get too deep into this. Like always, they always make the black people the face of everything wrong with America. Yet again. Yet again. So, just pay attention. Just pay attention. And, yeah, we'll be back with y'all probably later on tonight. If not in the morning, all right? But look for me again later on tonight, probably in a few more, probably around like 9 o'clock West time, Pacific time, you dig? Or after these basketball games go off. All right? Y'all have a good one. We out. Oh, Patreon. I forgot to tell you, Patreon, Sunday. Sunday. We start the Music University course on Sunday, all right? On the we start the history of R&B on Sunday for the Music University tier. 10-part series on the history of R&B. All right? Y'all have a good one. We out.